Paratroopers turned the sky into a doorway. From the first combat drops of World War II to today's mass tactical operations, the mission is the same. Put disciplined soldiers exactly where they're needed. Exactly when it matters. Every jump is an unbroken promise to the team beside them, the riggers who pack their chutes, and the nation they serve. There is one word for it: loyalty.
The purpose of the Airborne is to be able to project power behind enemy lines with speed, surprise, and audacity, dropping men and women from the sky in parachutes. And we can do that anywhere we can get our airplanes, behind, beside, in front of enemy lines, and be able to drop massive combat power in a moment's notice. Without the paratroopers in World War II, D-Day would have never been successful. No way that those men were going to make it off the beach without the Airborne going in first and disrupting the enemy behind their own line.
As a kid, I had very clear understanding that my grandfather served in a war long before. He joined the Army shortly after Pearl Harbor and joined the paratroopers for the adventure. And I think he cared about being the one who's at the cutting edge of this new thing called being a paratrooper. You know, nobody really knew what it was. He and the men of the 82nd all boarded their planes and crossed over the channel on June 6th. He jumped in those early morning hours, and they started fighting the enemy. Eventually, he got into a firefight with the Germans, and he was wounded. He got shot in between his middle and ring finger, and the bullet went all the way up his arm, and then eventually lodged in his bicep. He was captured and immediately ferried behind enemy lines. To stop the gangrene, they performed an operation on him. They chopped off his forearm without any anesthetic. And he later woke up in a schoolhouse in France. August of '44, Patton's Third Army came and liberated the town. So he got back to England and then eventually got back to the United States. He was sent to a hospital. His first day in the ward, there's a nurse doing rounds and preparing soldiers for amputations, and her name was Rosemary, and she was my grandmother. My grandfather endured that horrible experience in World War II, but something great came out of it, and it was their family. That set me on the trajectory of trying to be like him. My first time jumping out of an airplane, I was in jump school, I was a lieutenant. I was the last person out of the plane. So I had a lot of time to think about, man, am I gonna do this? So I made that first exit and my body twisted 180 degrees. And I see the skin of a C-17 aircraft pass by me. And it was just completely and utterly surreal. Eventually, my parachute opened and hit the ground and was ready to go back up for the next one. Paratroopers are the best type of soldiers. They're the best type of leaders. And they're the person that you want by your left or right side. There's just something special about paratroopers.